Anyway, this is Country Music News International. My name's Nigel Sharpe. And over there, I'm not quite sure where, we'll find out in a minute. That's Cali Tucker. And as it says, yeah, hi. And as it says on my bio sheet, which Jerry was very kind to send me, in fact, he sent me two. It says, we are talking to country music royalty. That's cool, isn't it? I like that. Um, yeah, so where are you actually
Las
currently?
Vegas.
Las Vegas. Wow.
Yeah, love it.
Now, I was just actually, was it yesterday or earlier today? I can't remember now. Earlier today, I was watching a kind of live performance of your next single.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Last Name is the name of that. We're going to come back to that, and but that was actually shot in live in Las Vegas, and you are still there. So I ought to explain what I mean with country music royalty. And you are, of course, the daughter of La Costa Tucker. And your auntie is Tanya Tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, these are the artists that I grew up with as a, country musician myself. So these are some of the, earlier kind of memories that I have of when I seriously got into playing country music.
Yeah.
Um, these were the sort of names that were, the big names at the time. So it's nice to be talking to someone like yourself. It's quite interesting actually, because last week I was speaking to a lady called Ali Colleen. I don't know if you know her at all, but
No.
she is the daughter of Garth Brooks.
Oh, right on. Yes. Yeah.
And she decided that she would actually not use the famous family name.
Yeah.
She just wanted to kind of not exactly put a barrier between them. She loves the family and she loves the dad, but she wanted to be kind of
Yeah. She wants to have.
separate, and be her own kind of person and be independent
Yeah.
of that. So we actually managed to get through the entire interview without mentioning the name Garth Brooks, which which was
Hard.
a major achievement, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah. That's tough. No, I've heard of her, and she's very. Uh, she, doesn't want to, bring that into her mix, and I respect that a lot. So
Yeah,
good.
why not? Takes
Yeah.
all sorts.
That's right.
And I don't know about you, but Ali is he's pretty heavily tattooed. Are
Oh,
you are you into that kind of thing?
zero tattoos. I have a commitment problem. So yeah,
Yeah,
no.
there you go. I don't have any either. Um, I can never make my mind up. I've got nothing against tattoos, but it's like, yeah, I don't
I've
know
done
what and or where.
great. Yeah.
So at my age, it says, it's not really it's not really worth the bother. So I left it.
Maybe that's there
So
forever.
yeah.
No.
Now let's, as I say, before we get to talking about the next release, let's just take a little look back, particularly at 2024. You had two kind of major releases. That was Urban Cowboy and Country Couture.
Hmm.
And you were singing the national anthem at one of these NASCAR events.
Yeah, I
And
did it.
I wanted to ask you about that, how that felt in front of literally, tens of thousands of people physically there, plus millions watching on TV. How does that go for you?
I loved every moment of it. It was so fun. I mean, it was exciting to be asked and then to kind of gear up for it and then, finding out um, that it was like going to be live. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what a cool thing." Um, it was I was so calm the whole day. I got to meet some really amazing people. I had a wonderful sound check. It's a very pro environment, which of course I prefer and really, really appreciate. Um, I got to meet Morgan Freeman that day and
Wow.
John Schneider, who actually my mom was with me through the whole event. So her and John got to reconnect because they used to do shows together back in the day. I met some great people. Another gal from WWE, just a really cool group of awesome people. And then the whole, Las Vegas Speedway and the NASCAR community. They were so kind. But what a beautiful moment! Like, there is some like I think there was a little like it was so much excitement, and I have so much pride when I sing that song, and
Mhm.
I really do think about, the men and women that died for our country and like the reason why I'm standing here and what this song actually means. And I don't I don't look at it as necessarily a performance. I just wanted to pay tribute. And that's really where my head is always at when I'm singing the song. I think I just don't I take myself out of it and I don't think it's about me. I really wanted to just make the crowd feel so full of pride and joy about this song and about the moment, and it was really special. I really enjoyed every second of it. I love it.
Going back to sort of keeping everything in the family, I did notice in a couple of the videos you sneaked your mum in there. She's the fairy godmother in Urban Cowboy, and it looks like she was driving the pickup in Country Couture. Is that right?
That's it. That's right. I listen, like I have so much pride in my family and where I come from, and I wouldn't be doing what I do if it wasn't for my mom and my aunt. I love I love that I'm a Tucker. I love sharing that last name, and it's just it's been an amazing journey, and I want it's so neat to be able to bring my mom into it, and if I could bring my aunt into it, I would too. But at the niece, the little girl in the video,
Yes,
so
yes, I saw that. Yeah.
So getting to include my family into all this is so special, so magical. And it's something it's a memory that is just immortalized now in this video. And we can always look back and say, what a special moment that was. How sweet was that? And my mom is just, she's in such a beautiful place in her life that the more I kind of include her in what I'm doing, the more excited she gets about potentially recording again or even, touring with me at some point. So I absolutely love that she is a part of this.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah,
Get your mum on tour with you.
go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Moving on to the other sort of major video from last year, that's Country Couture. Now, I mean, this came up for all sorts of awards and it won awards as well. Um, and if there's anybody watching this interview who has not watched that particular video, as soon as you've finished watching this, go and watch Country Couture from Cali Tucker because it's amazing. And I have one major question. How many costumes or how many outfits did you go through in that video?
So we had 36 that were planned outfits. 30, and some of them were my mom's old vintage dresses. Some of them
Oh,
were dresses that I wore in pageants back in the day. One was a dress I even wore for my eighth grade graduation dance. And I mean, just so it's a lot of clothes, and probably only 20 made it, something around there, made the cut on the final edit. But yeah, there was 36 planned outfits. It was wild, and it was so amazing how everything really kind of came together. It was I would definitely consider myself an organized person, but this was like I had everything really down to a science, and we all knew what we were doing, and it was a beautiful experience. It all went so seamlessly in the shots, and it was a 2-day shoot, and we shot all that. It was amazing.
yeah. I also like the pink pickup
Yeah,
and and the line in the song, boot scooting Barbie.
yeah,
That was a good line as well. So actually, who wrote that song?
me.
You. See,
I,
I don't know these things. Nobody tells me.
Come on now. Oh yeah. So it was 2022. I was in Nashville taken a break from Vegas. I was helping my mom out. I was doing some songwriting with some people. And then it was just the most beautiful spring day, summer day. I can't even remember what month it was that I wrote it, but went outside. My mom had made me some lunch and brought up me some iced tea. And I sat there and I started writing it, and it was just kind of magical. And then I brought it back to Las Vegas and tweaked it with my producer and my co-writer PK and Trisha, and just it made it. They helped bring it to life.
Is that something that you do a lot of, or I mean, songwriting, or is it something that you're, you know, becoming more and more involved in?
Oh, I've been a songwriter since I was a child. I wouldn't say a very good one for very, very many years, but you do learn that and you
Right.
develop it over time. When you're around really talented people, you all can only hope to just absorb what they their talent and their knowledge and their wisdom on it, and really learning how to tap into that side of you is can be challenging and exciting, and it took a long time for me to really figure out what my sound was and what is it I wanted to say, and if it wasn't for PK and Trish, I mean, I wouldn't have figured it out. So I give them a lot of credit. The writing style that they use is now like my staple, and we work really well together, and they've taught me a lot about what is the best way for me to be a songwriter, the most efficient and creative and free, write as freely as possible. So yeah, it takes a while. It's just like performing. The more you do it, the better you get.
Yeah.
Or you write 1,000 songs, and one will hopefully be the one. Yeah.
Which brings me up to your latest, well, the next release, which is called Last Name.
Mhm.
And there was the two lines. I don't know if this is the chorus, because I'm about to change the game and forget we share the same last name.
Yeah.
And I think that is neat. I mean, that sums up, kind of, for me at least, that's the story of this song, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah. I initially wrote that song in St. Louis with one of my longtime friends, very talented songwriter, Derek Robertson, and I've known him for years. And we wrote this song in honor of everyone that has struggled to find support within their family. And they say blood is thicker than water, but sometimes it's just not the way it works out, and you get to choose your family. And and it's really just a song of we want people to feel like no matter what, even if you don't feel supported within your family, you're going to be okay. Just rise above it, and don't let it get you down, because you can't choose the blood family, but you can choose your family.
That sounds like a good point to draw this to a close. I'm supposed to keep these interviews down to a nice, manageable length, which I find very difficult because I get to speak to fantastic people like yourself. Very much indeed for taking the time to speak to us. We really do appreciate it. I say that every time, and I mean it every time because it's not kind of a given that people have the time or, are able to take the time to do this kind of work. And we love it.
I'm very
So
Are you kidding me? Anytime. So thank you for supporting my music and being my friend. It's really sweet.
thank you. And you have a great 2025.
You too, doll. All right, we'll talk
Okay.
soon.
And I'll wave you goodbye.
All right.
Bye.